All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the December 7th, 2017 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. So everyone please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my left is Vice President Gary Merrill. To my right is our fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, and our County Administrator is not here today. Is Mike? Is Mike coming? Okay. Is anybody going to, Dawn, you or Cy going to sit up here? And all right. We have our Deputy Administrator, Cy Kelly, joining us in the Administrator's chair, and Sarah Denova is our clerk. We can begin.
Resolution number 17-1288, in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held December 4th, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1288. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public or elected comment this morning. Resolution number 17-1289, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants on batch number CMA PR 1206.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1289. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-1290, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1290. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-1291, in the matter of declaring a public purpose and authorizing the use of Delaware County funds to for the purchase of coffee, meals, refreshments, and other amenities.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Steve Sikora here with JFS. I am here to discuss the Family Services Planning Committee quarterly meetings budget. They are requesting $600 a year for their calendar year, and this committee is made up of community partners led by Director Dombrowski, and we usually have like a nice lunch for the community members that come to sit in on that meeting. So we are requesting your permission.
I think this just isn't part of the budget approval process, or
Take separate action because of the nature of the expenditure.
Because their first meeting is going to be prior to when I do the blanket certificate at the beginning of the year. So that's why they're doing it now.
but as much as possible, we try to include it in the budget.
Yep.
And Commissioner Merrill, last year we budgeted a little bit more, so we backed it down because we knew we didn't use that much. So I know it hasn't been approved yet, but that's why we're coming.
I had no
over.
problem with the
Okay.
amount. It was just if we do them to the budget process, then we don't have to do individual
Correct. And
resolutions.
Mr. Kelly and I had talked about that prior. Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1291. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-1292, in the matter of approving supplemental appropriations for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Steve Sikora again with JFS. I'm here to request we call it, it's our 224 fund. It's our general income maintenance account. So we are asking for $70,000 to cover. We did not budget enough for the county indirect costs, the countywide indirect costs where we reimburse the general revenue fund. So we're requesting that we can move $70,000 from one fund into that fund to be able to cover that cost.
All right. Vote.
And the second, I'm sorry, Commissioner. The second
we do
is
the
for
second
the
one first?
Family and Children First Council budget. We're just requesting an appropriation change for additional funds that we received but to be expended in 2018, and that would be $12,000 total for both of those funds.
And we're just moving money around.
We'll just move, yes, sir, just move it around.
Good. Now we'll vote.
Vote on motion 17-1292. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
Steve.
Resolution number 17-1293, in the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation for adult court services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning. Kay Baglione with Adult Court Services. here to ask for a supplemental appropriation for funds that we actually spent. They were allotted to us, but due to a glitch in the state's computer system, we were not able to do a budget revision, and so it resulted in us having to pay them back $516.75.
All right. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1293. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill? Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Resolution number 17-1294, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriation for the solid waste transfer station.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Good morning, Gina DeWitt from the Regional Sewer District. This is just a transfer of appropriation for our solid waste transfer station, or KEY, moving a small amount of money from the salaries to benefits to cover the last 2 pay periods of this year.
All right. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-1294. Mr. Merrill? Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gina.
Given the nature of the time,
Gee.
here at 10 o'clock, we'll move to administrator reports.
I have nothing to
Deputy
report today.
Administrator? Other Deputy Administrator? We got time to fill here.
Yeah.
All right, Commissioner Lewis.
Well, I do...
Be chatty.
I'll be chatty. Well, we can, this is an historical day
Yes, it is.
for awful reasons, 76th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor today, so, which thrust us into war, World War II. So, terrible, and, we're still feeling the effects. I have never visited the site, but have you? Have you been there?
Yeah. It's sobering.
Oh, I
The
bet it is.
The Arizona Memorial.
Right, yeah, right, yes. So I just wanted to call our attention to that today, and the flags are at half-staff appropriately to commemorate the loss of life there. Around 2,400 sailors lost their lives. So very, very sad still.
Yep.
76 years.
Yeah, amazing.
Gee. But that is, let me see if I had anything else. I did attend emergency management executive meeting, and we voted to promote Sandy McKay, who has been Sean's assistant, to deputy director. Dawn did a lot of work on this and really came up with a good plan. Sean had suggested this last year, but Dawn and I talked, and we thought a training program was appropriate before she assumed the position of deputy director. She completed everything but one module of that program, and the module was not offered, so, but she put in almost 100 hours of training, and we also, the board suggested that she attend the John Glenn Leadership Institute. They have special courses on management, obviously, and leadership, and that was Dawn's idea, too. So, and they also, we as a board also adopted whatever annual increase the county will adopt in our budget. So that was it. That's all.
Okay. Commissioner Merrill?
Attended 911 board meeting on Monday. I'd just like to follow up on Commissioner Lewis's comments regarding Pearl Harbor. My observations, I don't think people today appreciate or understand, and some of the shows I've watched on TV lately, I think represent that, where college students today, way too many of them don't have any appreciation or understanding of the price that was paid, not only by Pearl Harbor that day, but the people who ultimately ended up joining and being drafted to serve our country, and the effect they have on their lives, and the commitment that they gave. And it is unfortunate that we seem to have lost that appreciation for what this great country has done.
Very
And
unfortunate.
it's certainly a day we should reflect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
That's all I have.
Yeah, good comment.
Yeah, there were 400,000 lives lost in World War II.
Plus all the physical
Millions more injured. So,
Yes.
yeah. Just, I guess, just a couple other things that did go to the DKMM Budget Committee meeting yesterday, and some big issues going on there in terms of how we go forward strategically with that organization. Recycling is going through some interesting cycles, I guess is an appropriate word right now. Recycling actually is the prices for recycled material is going down because of more recycled material being available, and recycling percentages are not increasing, so the efforts to recycle are not being as productive. So again, there's just a lot of issues going on in terms of how we could be more efficient, how we could be more effective at doing more recycling. So DKMM's working on that. The fair is working on their new building, and they have an almost final set of drawings for the new building on Pennsylvania Avenue, where the Junior Fair building is now. That'll be knocked down. This very nice new building will replace it. They want to get going and be under construction by February, and have it open in time for the fair. They're also going to put in at least a couple more stables, new stables, that will be very good revenue generators, as well as vast improvement over the existing stables. So they've got a lot of good plans going on. The bed tax is obviously funding that, so that's been huge to transform the fairgrounds. We've got the CCAO Winter Conference Monday and Tuesday.
That's right.
So I think all three of us are going. We've got the PIN event, the annual
That's right.
holiday. I'm not sure what they call it exactly, but it's the what?
Yes, clearinghouse, holiday
Clearinghouse,
clearinghouse, right.
And
right.
it's a huge event. I mean, there'll be hundreds of people, local people that need some help this time of year, receiving toys, food,
Clothing. Right.
all sorts of
Right.
things. And
Yes.
then there's dozens of volunteers that make it happen. So again, it's PIN's premier event every year.
And, the churches give so
Churches,
much to
yeah.
the bags of food.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
like big
gather the
bags,
food and
groceries,
then
that's
organize
right.
it and
Uh-huh.
do fundraising to
It's
buy it.
amazing, an amazing system. Jim is actually there all day.
Helping now, setting it up.
Getting
Oh,
ready.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So huge.
It is
Yeah,
a
great.
big thing.
Thanks for remembering that.
Yeah, that's all, and it's fun. I assume you'll be there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are,
Where are you going?
I've been there every year, the last 7 or 8.
It's amazing. It is really something.
Sunday.
Yeah. BIA did announce their new executive director, Jonathan Melchi. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, Melchi, M-E-L-C-H-I. I'm not sure how the name is pronounced. I do not know him. But anyway, anxious to meet Jonathan and welcome him in his leadership role.
I actually met him the other day.
Oh, did you?
And very nice. He came up to me and wants to work with us, and so he'll be a valuable liaison to that community.
Do you know how you pronounce his last name?
I don't. I don't.
All right.
One other thing you might want to mention, I believe the all-you-can-eat breakfast is tomorrow, is that correct?
Oh, is that tomorrow? Saturday.
Well, I meant Saturday. I apologize for that.
So it is,
Saturday, yeah.
whatever you think it's worth, breakfast.
Yeah.
At the Farmers Exchange, I assume. Not Farmers Exchange anymore.
It's always
Farmers
well-attended.
Exchange?
and-
Hardware exchange.
Whatever it's called, Builders Exchange?
Hardware exchange.
Hardware Exchange. At the Exchange Building in South Sandusky.
Well, it's a tradition, and I haven't made it every year, but I've made it most years.
It's fun.
It's you'll see a lot of people you know in the community, and I think I don't want to give it. I'm going to give it time, but it could be about 5:30. I believe it opens, and it goes to I think 11. And would encourage everyone to come, and basically you just pay what you think's appropriate, and the money goes for charity.
Yeah, and they raise a lot of money, get a lot of people through there. A lot of people work hard to make it. I think they start like at 3 in the morning cooking stuff. Oh, it's incredible. Wanted to compliment Auditor Keitza on our affirmed AAA rating on our general obligation debt, and the actual establishment of a AA rating on the Finance Authority's debt, which related to the Tanger Outlet Mall infrastructure work. So that's very good. Obviously, AAA is the best you can do, and the county is in great shape, and and this is our second year of being, being affirmed that. And then the first time the AAA or AA rating has been assigned to the Finance Authority, which is good because they've got a good program in place and they've got a lot more deals coming. And then lastly, I wanted to congratulate Judge Fuller on his little girl, who was born a couple days ago, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you haven't seen her picture, she's got like a Beatles haircut. She's got
Oh, really?
She's got a head of hair. It looks like a Beatles haircut. I mean, it's the cutest thing. So anyway, congratulations, Judge Fuller and Jennifer, on their great addition to their family. So anyway, that's all I think. That's all we've got.
All we got.
We've got to stretch it for a few more minutes. Unfortunately, we can't start until 10 o'clock, exactly 10 o'clock, because that's the time that we established. So I know. So
We're very patient people.
good, good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will recess until 10 o'clock. All right. Thanks, everybody.
I just remember John Peterson had that